So who am I to do this? What if they find out that this is my first time ever doing this? If that sounds familiar, it's what we call imposter syndrome, and everybody who is up to really big things runs into this. We're going to talk about 4 ways to get past that so that you can do your big work. So if you've ever wondered, who am I to do this? You are in really great company. We call it imposter syndrome. We all experience it when we're up to doing really big things. And I want to talk about how we move through this so that we can create the work that we're here to create. So when I really dug into this, it was fascinating for me to see how many people talk about having imposter syndrome. Michelle Obama talks about it. Oprah talks about it. And one of my favorite stories that I uncovered was a story shared by author Neil Gaiman, who was at this event where, he's standing looking around at this sea of amazing achievers, artists, entertainers, people who've created really significant things in our culture. And he was standing next to this gentleman, who was a little older, and Neil shared that the gentleman standing next to him said, "Wow, what am I even doing here? I can't believe that I'm here amidst all these people. How did I land here?" And the funny part was that person he was standing next to was actually Neil Armstrong. And when I read this, I thought, wow, how could you be Neil Armstrong? The first person ever landed on the moon, right? And took the first step on the moon. And you're wondering, who am I to be here? Like somebody's gonna find out that I don't belong in this group. We all experience it. And it's a really big sign that we're stepping into something that's bigger, something we've never done. So how do you push through that so that you can keep creating the next big thing that you're here to do so that you can keep growing? So there's 4 things I want to share with you. Some of these are things that I've used. Some of them are things that I see in our community that people are using to really push past and create the work that they're here to create. So let's walk through them and see what resonates with you and what you can take with you to help do the work you're here to do. So the first thing is this. The first thing is that I think the big trick with imposter syndrome is we all think we're the only one who's feeling it, right? And if we can share the feeling with other people, then this whole imposter syndrome thing will no longer be some secret society of high achievers. We can actually share it and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Sharing it with a friend, sharing with colleagues, even sharing it with the people that you're serving can make a really big difference and help that feeling go away so you can keep moving forward. The second thing that we can do is to really look at where the attention is when we're feeling that. Because when we're in imposter syndrome, we're inside of ourselves. We're thinking, who am I to do this? What if they find out that I've never done this? What if I can't do this, right? All the attention's inside, which amplifies the feeling. The trick is to get the attention out of here and over there. And the best place to put it is to put that attention on the people that you want to serve. This is my favorite go-to trick. I just think, hey, no, I've never done this, but I'm gonna have all my energy around my clients and how I'm gonna show up and help them. And no matter what, I'm gonna figure out what I need to do to get the results, because we're always gonna do something for the first time. You're always gonna have an offer for the first time, a program for the first time, a presentation for the first time. And that's a great trick for getting out of that inside space that holds us up. The third way is to simply notice your accomplishments. And this is a trick that I see some of our people in our community using, creating a success board, putting up on a board that you see every day the things that you've achieved, to remind yourself, hey, I did that, and guess what? At one point I had never done that, and I figured it out, and I was able to get through and make it happen. So finding a way to do that, if it's journaling, if it's a visual, to really ground yourself daily in the fact that you've done things that are big before. And this is just the next big thing. The fourth thing that we can do, and it's the number one thing, is to teach. Teaching is the fastest way to get out of imposter syndrome. Because once you sit down, once you connect, once you get on that webinar and you start to share what you know with the people you want to help, you realize you know a lot. There's probably a lot more that you know that you don't even realize. And the thing that you're going to find is that the people who really want to work with you are simply a few steps behind you. They want a guide that did this recently. They want a guide that's a few steps down the path that can help them. And you showing up to teach is the fastest way to push past this. So pick which strategy is going to work for you. And the faster you move into actually putting your work out there and sharing it, the faster you're going to move through that feeling until it shows up again. Because every time we do something big, it's going to be a first time for us. So let me know your strategy for moving through this. Would love to hear it. I know everybody else would love to hear it as well. And cheers to being there, present, doing that really big thing that you're here to do.